Gotta stop, orgasm's over. I think I'm gonna call this too sensitive, a sex experience. Oh god, that's so awful. Too sensitive, a sex experience. Let's not make it too trendy, okay?
So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here because I think I've got the lighting perfect. The only difference is I can turn it on like that, and I need to do something about this cord, but we'll do it soon. I actually had Jay fix to the ceiling one of the things that I got from Aperture, which I am in love with. Oh my god, I have to tell you that the quality is like so good, and this isn't an ad because they didn't pay for ad space on this video. I just want to talk about how excited I am that I finally have an aesthetic that I'm happy with, and I'm leaning forward so I'm out of focus. Sorry about that, guys. Today, first video back that's not like a scheduled Friday video is going to be about sex. We're just gonna do a little open discussion about a weird sexual thing that I've been trying to kind of investigate lately, and I want to see if you guys have any input on it. Men and women are welcome to tell me how they feel about this and if they've tried this. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with edging, but this isn't edging, because edging is more like you're trying to get as close to orgasm without orgasming as possible, kind of prolonging it. It's basically just depriving yourself of the actual climax. And as I look into the viewfinder, I am reminded that my background is a little bit fucked up. We had to move the couch in and out to try to get the background smooth, but it's mostly smooth now, and I'm just loving this. Look, I can turn it down so that there's like less light in the back, and I can turn it like really bright. And that's like a little bit too bright in my opinion because the plushies in the back are kind of overexposed. And then I just love the separation between me and the backdrop. It's really cool. And I think I'm gonna do this thing where at the end of the video I'm like, bye guys. Oh my god, it's off. I don't know. Much love to Aperture. I'm gonna post their link down in the description because I just love the products so much. They're definitely worth the money. I didn't buy them, they sent them to me to try out in a video, to do setup videos and for the backdrop of my gaming channel, but I'm in love. The thing I want to talk about today is not about depriving yourself of climax, but rather getting too much climax. Lately, I've been trying to experiment with making myself too sensitive while orgasming. So let me explain how a female orgasm, or at least my orgasm, goes if I'm stimulating my clitoris. It's a little bit different if the only pleasure I'm getting is from something going into my vagina, because penetrative pleasure is a little bit different for me. When I orgasm there, it's kind of like a hard-won orgasm. Whereas with the clitoris, I can orgasm in seconds using just my fingers if I'm in the mood for it. And even less time if I'm using one of my favorite toys. Or combining vaginal penetration with stimulation of the clitoris. Something that I've noticed recently is often the place that I need to hit in order to orgasm on my clitoris, which is different for every person. For me, it's like kind of to the left and at the top of the clitoris, not directly on top of it. I've said this before, but just to reiterate. So sometimes when I'm hitting that spot, or I'm hitting too close to the top of the clitoris, I end up feeling a little bit too sensitive, like too much stimulation is happening there, and therefore I kind of want to just like jerk away, pull away. No pun intended with the jerk away thing. But I know you guys, and I'm talking to the men here, experience this too, because after you orgasm, you have the refractory period where you have to wait before you can orgasm again, and that's mainly attributed to the fact that you're like really sensitive on the head of your penis, right? Jay's told me this, other men have told me this. It's basically what is known, as I said, as the refractory period. Women have a lower refractory period, so basically they can orgasm more, and I think this is attributed more to just having a smaller member, longer orgasms, and different areas on the clitoris, whether through the vagina or actually on top of the clitoris, where they can procure an orgasm. I don't know why, not a scientist, don't really care about that portion. But what I've noticed is that if I force myself, like absolutely force myself to keep going when I'm feeling that like, oh my god, it's too much, I can extend my orgasm. And on top of that, I can kind of eliminate my refractory period by getting used to the sensitivity. What I want you guys to do, if you're over the age of 18 or if you have experience with this already and have something to share, I would like to know if you guys feel the same way about this. Women as well, because Jay is telling me that he doesn't and it's more just like torture to do that. But I feel like there's some kind of hidden gem there that we're just not experiencing to its fullest. Because oftentimes, if it takes me a long time to orgasm, and I've spent a lot of time doing it, I start to feel a little bit numb in the clitoral area, and then when I finally get to climax, it's kind of like a dull climax where it's just like, oh, I think I'm there. Oh, it's over. Whoa, I'm like really sensitive. I can't keep going. I must have climaxed, right? But I think you can still orgasm with the sensitivity as long as you get used to the sensitivity and kind of ignore it or work around it or take a little bit extra time. Like, I think if you orgasm, then you have like 3 or 4 hours. No, that's too much time. You have like an hour or something afterwards in which you have nothing to do. I think you can actually rub another one out through the sensitivity. And I think at a certain point, kind of like with edging, it can become a more intense, more full body orgasm, because I've experienced this a few times. It took me a while to really fully start to explore this in myself, because I'm one of the people who can orgasm through penetration. So when I have sex, it's just like orgasm, and then it's like another orgasm, then multiple orgasms, and it feels so good, and I have so many orgasms, right? Because the refractory period is really low on my in-vagina orgasms, because for some reason, nothing in there really gets that sensitive, and my clitoris isn't sensitive because I haven't been rubbing on it for the past hour. So yeah, I don't know. This is really weird, and it's something that I've been thinking about lately, and I brought up to Jay recently, and I'm like, you know what? This would make a good, I just came back from trying to get the house perfect, trying to set things up, trying to get back to the gym, and just trying to get back to normal. So why not just ramble a little bit about sex? Something I know that you guys will enjoy listening to, because it's about sex. Who the fuck doesn't know that sex sells? And it's, you know, a lot of fun, and that's why it sells. But also, it'll be a little bit easier for me to edit, because it's not very deep. Pun intended. So what usually happens for me, to summarize, when I'm orgasming is I feel like I'm getting close. I feel like I'm getting, like, my full body is getting into the mood, you know? Because when you're like playing with yourself or you're having sex and you're not close to a climax, it kind of feels like there are good moments and then there are just neutral moments, and you're kind of slowly just getting more and more into the like, okay, I'm in the realm of coming at this moment. It's a possibility, we're on the horizon, but I'm not quite there yet. And then once you get there, you proceed to the actual climax, the orgasm that's like, ah, and then it's done, right? And I feel like depending on the orgasm and depending on where I'm touching the clitoris, or in clitoral stimulation orgasms alone, I feel like sometimes my orgasms are really short or really long, and I wanted to find out the mystery behind why sometimes I have these really like meh orgasms that are only like, oh. That's it. And then other times I'm able to achieve this fated female orgasm where it's twice as long or something like that as a man's orgasm, and it's just better. And I think it has to do with the positioning and how quickly I get sensitive. I never feel like I can just keep going on the same spot, you know, and then like it just stops feeling orgasmic or something. No, it's like I'm going on the same spot and then, oh my god, it's way too sensitive, gotta stop, orgasm's over. But if I keep going on that spot, it's like I get a little bit more of an orgasm. Yeah, at some points it's really unfavorable and it feels really like, like I start actually like jerking away, like I don't want to do this anymore. My body's viscerally like, no, please stop, Tara, it's not good. But I think it's a mind over matter thing. And I think, other than just moving to different parts of the clitoris and trying to circumvent that whole sensitivity thing, I think you can actually, hopefully I'm not desensitizing my clitoris to the point where it's like no fun anymore, but I do definitely want to go down this road. So let me know your thoughts. Have you ever experimented with this? Have you ever felt the way I feel, where often it's like an orgasm is just stopped in its tracks by the sensitivity? How do you guys feel? How does that differ from how I'm explaining it? And girls, if you have a different perspective on this, I would love to hear it, because I am only one woman and I don't have that many girlfriends outside of you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but before we go, I want to let you guys know that I'm feeling really good with my weight loss journey right now. I know I told you guys that I would hold myself accountable and keep talking about it, and I haven't really been doing anything with it until the last week, because I've just been eating whatever I can get my hands on. Like if we go out and we're getting some stuff from Home Depot, I'm like let's just go get some fast food or something. But I haven't gained any weight during doing that, and I'm seeing my body kind of change a little bit to be more favorably shaped. Like when I look at my videos from like a month, 2 months ago, I'm seeing myself look a lot more flabby. Like I still am not ideal at all. I'm not saying that I've hit like the pinnacle of fitness, or that I'm even fit looking right now or shredded looking right now, but I can see that all of the shapes are kind of taking over. And while I haven't gained weight, I also haven't lost weight, and I think it's because I'm finally gaining muscle. I started weight training, I think, about 2 or 3 months ago. Then I took that like half a month off for the moving and stuff, and I think I'm finally actually seeing the gains. And I'm always sore. Like my ass is so sore right now, and I think my ass is getting bigger. My legs are sore. Everything just feels tighter. It feels like a smaller amount of fat over like larger muscles, so it's more toned. I hate that word because a lot of people misuse it and they think that they can just do crunches and then they lose body fat on their stomach only. Like that's so retarded. Please don't think that. But yeah, I'm feeling good about it. about it because I feel like I'm actually making progress. The only thing that ever makes me feel kind of bad about weight loss or where I am is if I don't see any progress and I really feel like I'm doing a good job. But always in the back of my mind, I'm like, I know it's my fault. I'm going over a few hundred extra calories and then pretending like that doesn't matter at all when it absolutely does. Or I'm not weight training for fear of like getting bigger before I get smaller, which is like a huge thing for me. A lot of people say like, oh, you'll never actually get big when you weight train as a girl unless you're taking testosterone. But that's not true at all. In my opinion, a lot of the girls who are completely natural, but they work out a lot, they have too much muscle. I'm just like not very attracted to women with muscle, and that's not my aesthetic, so I don't want that on my body, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like when girls have like a lot of shoulder sweep, or when their back starts to get wider to the point where their back, like lats and stuff, are wider than their hips. That starts to look a little bit too masculine for me. So I do have an aesthetic and people can do whatever they want with their bodies. Obviously, I'm doing it and you guys don't always agree with what I do with my body, but to say that girls can't get too big when they lift weights, so you're just gonna get more toned is like not true in my opinion. Though I am a little bit more critical of stuff like that on myself because it's me and I'm my biggest critic. But I just wanted to let you guys know that. I feel like my waist is a little bit thinner from the side and from the front. I feel like I'm just shaping out more like a woman and less like a potato, which is what I was starting to move toward. And I'm feeling good. I think I'll get there in, you know, like a year or something maybe. I appreciate you guys' support asking me about my fitness journey and helping me out with this conundrum here that I have in my video. I'm gonna go downstairs and edit this. I love you guys so much and I will see you probably Wednesday, but if not, on Friday for Friday Night Mail. I still haven't changed my P.O. box, so stay tuned on that. And if you're a patron on my Patreon, please expect more posts soon and an epic secret fan service Friday this Friday. Mwah! I love you guys. I cannot wait to get all of this stuff done. I want to hang more of my lights. I'm so close to finishing the stream room and getting back to streaming, which I'm so excited about. Oh, just a lot of awesome stuff on the horizon. And I do want to let you guys know that I am happier here than I was in my old house. I had a lot of reservations and I changed a lot of things, even down to things like doorknobs. Like we had these ugly ass gold doorknobs and I changed them out for these really cool silver ones that look more modern and more akin to what my aesthetic is for a house. But yeah, we made it work. And this place is much, much nicer. Soon I will get the empty house tour up and the house tour of the last house, and hopefully I'll have a house tour for you guys at some point when I'm finished, which should be a lot sooner than a whole year, which is what it took me to do last house. I'm doing it quicker, but it's taking a lot more work. Alright guys, I love you so much. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy. I don't remember if I said that already in this video. I've been trying to like end this video, but I'm going off on tangents and just having a great time looking at the viewfinder and seeing how fucking awesome the background is. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, let's try that thing. Let me know if you like that thing. Okay guys, I love you and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful Monday and Tuesday and all that stuff. And yeah, mwah, I hope the audio is better. I hope, is this thing working? Hopefully this thing's working this time because what happened is I didn't plug it in for Friday Night Mail. Bye guys. Was that cool or was that gay? I feel like some of you are gonna be like, oh my god, it looks so much better when it's off. It does create a lot of separation, but you can't really see what's going on in the back, and this is just so cool. It's like a fucking spotlight that makes the backdrop look kind of like it's gradienting out. So it's like light blue then dark blue, but it's really just like one blue, as you can see here. Let me see if we angle it, if I like it better. Does that look better? There's like more light on the plushies now and less light on the backdrop. I don't know, I'll mess with it more, but I love it. Let me show you what it looks like real quick. Okay, so here is me. Hi. And then there's the light. There it is right there. And there's my mic. You can see it right there. There's the light. Okay, let me show you a better view. It's really cool. It's just like mounted to the ceiling. And this aperture light is pretty sick. I can't wait to do the setup and unboxing vlog. And there it is, the mass of plushies that really need to be organized. Wow, it actually makes for good selfie lighting too. If I lay back here. That's pretty cool. Bye guys!